Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to have a look at the Insta360 X4. I've just purchased this. It's not a sponsored video, it was bought out my own pocket, so it'll be a fairly honest review of what I think to the Insta360 X4. And I think you'll agree, the concept of it is really good. We're going to fit it on the bike. I'm going to go through some setup on it. I'm going to show you how I've managed to couple up the comms so that I can do motovlogging with it. And I think the outcome of it was quite successful, to be fair. And the footage from it, yeah, well, you'll see for yourself when we get into the video. So, before I go any further, I thought we'd just take a look at the new Insta360 X4 in a bit more detail. So this is the unit. Typical, it's very much similar to the X3 by the look of it. I mean, I haven't owned an X3, but you've got your microphones on the side there, you've got your two lenses, front and rear, and you've got your touch screen. I believe the touch screen's bigger than the X3. In the standard kit you do get two of these standard lens guards. They seem alright to me, they seem to work fine. I have seen various tests on them on YouTube, and some people are actually saying that the standard screens seem to work better than the premium glass screens, the screen protectors or lens protectors. So yeah, you've got a little hatch on the side here. Flick that up, that gives you a USB opening. That door is removable, you can pull it off like that. So like when I mount it on the motorbike, I take that door off, don't want to lose it. And then the battery goes in the side there. That just simply pull those two catches inwards and it pops out like that. SD card there, I've got a 256 gig SD card. SanDisk, I trust SanDisk, I've used them for many years. They're a little bit more expensive than normal, but you know, they do seem to do the job. Okay, yeah, so that's the physical camera. As you can see there as well, that battery's not quite gone in, so if you push it, that red bit will disappear. Click, that means it's waterproof then when the red markers go. In the kit you get a little bag, a little holding bag that protects it, and you also get a lens cloth, as well as your screen, your lens protectors. So I bought the silicone hood for it as well, so when I'm out and about I can just pop that on, and that helps protect the the lens covers. So yeah, so that's the camera, that's what you get in the box. I'm not going to go through an unboxing, I mean that's all that's in it. Yeah, I'll move on now and we'll do a few bits on the menu, and we'll have a look at the various menus within the system. All the filming that I've done on this camera has been done in auto, and I did that on purpose because I wanted a baseline to see where we were going with it. I'm not a pro photographer, and yeah, it might not be perfect, but you know, the auto settings do seem to work quite well. So to turn the camera on, you press the power button at the top there, and then the blue light will come on and the screen. There's another button here with a Q symbol on it on the side, and I think that's a quick menu to get to your shooting modes. So you've got various shooting modes in there. You've got motorcycle, oh, that's gone back. Just go back again to Q, and you can select walking, hiking, skiing, motorcycling. So there's various activities, and it also tells you what frame rate you're shooting at the bottom and your frames per second. But of course it's gone again. So there you can see, look, if it'll focus, there you go. Anyway, I think that's on a timer, it must go back. So camera setup, if you hit the camera icon, that brings you back to that same menu. You can scroll through all your different options in there: video, HDR, time lapse, time shift, bullet time, loop recording, star lapse, burst, interval, HDR, photo, and video again. Now I'm not going to get into all these modes. I've used it for video mainly at the moment, and the video can drag on. There's plenty of tutorials on YouTube of people that go in, you know, the pros that go into the depths of what the camera does and how it does it. You can then hit the screen there. You can choose your resolution, so you can go from 4K, 5.7, 5.7K plus, and 8K. Underneath that, you've got your frame rates that you can choose. I stick to 8K 30. Now I don't believe it is actually 8K. It's 4K per lens, if that makes sense. So you've got two 180-degree lenses. It stitches the image together, which in turn gives you an 8K image that you can take your footage from. So we'll just go into the basic menu to swipe out of that. So if you swipe down from the top of the screen, that brings you into the basic menu. Now later on in the video I'm going to show you the voice activation, which I'm using with the Sena communications. That is the little head there. As you can see, that is switched on and it's set to English, and those are the commands that you can talk to the camera and tell it what to do. Take a photo, start recording, stop recording, mark that, so I believe that'll mark the video, and then you can shut down camera totally. Now if you shut down the camera, the voice activation won't work and you will have to hit the power button to start it back up. So you know, a lot of these settings I've left at default out the box, so I don't really want to go through them because I'd probably be telling you something that I don't know. It also does have gesture control on it, which is currently turned off. That's where you can show it a hand to start and stop recording, and I think a peace sign will give it an instruction to take a photograph. So these are all your standard settings. You've got a brightness control for the screen. Obviously the lower you have that, the longer your battery will last. Um, you can lock the rotation of the screen. There's an AI button. I'm not sure what that does, but this is the menu that's the most used, I would say. So there's one there for a dive case. I don't think I'll ever use that. And so when you connect your Sena, you'll go into the menu here and you'll click on the AirPods, and then it'll start searching. Now if your Bluetooth device is in pairing mode, it'll find it. You can then click it and connect it. It's as simple as that. As you see, it's found the SRL3 already, so I can just click connect when it's switched on, because the Sena headset isn't actually switched on at the moment, but that's already paired with the camera. So it's not a case of having to repair it every time you use it, but you do have to go into the menu and select it just to make sure it's active. So like I say, there is some other additional settings. So you've got your camera info, your SD card info. There's, you know, all your auto power offs, your power off charging, image settings, such forth, such forth. Most of this camera's been set at default for now. I'll maybe go into some more settings at a later date, but you know, from the footage I've seen, it's coping really well just in auto. So yeah, to get out the menu, flick back up off the screen, and there you go. You've got your shutter button there, which is the one on the left hand side. You press that once and it'll start recording. You press it again and it'll stop recording. You've got a quarter mount on the bottom, and that's about it really, you know, for now. Oh sorry, there's the screen flip round as well, so you can turn that round, and you can the perspective view from the screen. You've also got this mega view, ultra view, and D-warp. Now, from what I've seen, Mega View is about the best format to shoot in. It gives you a straighter, more level sort of outcome and picture. So, hope that makes sense, guys. Just a quick run through of the Insta360 X4. Yeah, it's a nice little unit, and it's certainly got a bit of weight to it, but it feels very well built. So one thing I did forget to mention, guys, to enter the gallery to view your recorded footage, you just simply swiping from the left hand side of the screen, hit this square icon at the top, which brings you into the gallery view. You can then look and review any of the footage that you've saved. You can play it, and you can swipe down the perspective on the screen. So hope that makes sense. So this is my setup on the 1300GS. I'm using a wing mirror mount. Now, I have tried various ways of mounting it, and this seems to be about the best I've found so far. Gets plenty of height for a forward vision, plenty of vision coming backwards. The other thing is, it minimises the stitch line because the camera is almost in line with the stitch line of the mirror, or the mirror is in line with the stitch line of the camera, should I say. So that's what it looks like on the GS. This bracket, I'll put a link in the description. It's on Amazon. It's an Insta360 product. It's made by PGY Tech for Insta, and I've got to say, brilliant. I've not had any bother with it at all. It never moves, and the footage is so stable. It's very, very good. So it might not be your preferred method, and I suppose everybody has their own methods of how they like to mount their cameras, but that's what I'm using, and that's what I've found up to now works for me and seems to be, yeah, seems to do the job. So like I say, easy to fit, easy to mount. It's not the cheapest of brackets. It's £35 on Amazon. That's UK pounds, 35 UK pounds. But for the hassle that it hasn't caused me, it's been worth every penny. When I'm using the camera on the bike, I keep it permanently connected via a USB-C lead. This keeps the battery level full constantly, it never runs flat, and when you tell it to stop recording, it then just goes into standby mode. This is connected to my auxiliary socket on the GS, you can see it down there. The wiring's not as I normally have it, but it's just for demonstration purposes. So what you do is the little door on the side of the camera for the charging port, you just remove that door, pull it off and plug your lead in. Now just remember, when you do remove that door, this camera is no longer waterproof, so if it starts raining, I would suggest you just run it on battery power if you're going to record in the rain. So I've just popped my helmet on, so apologies if the audio is a little bit muffled, but I'm just going to demonstrate the voice command. Start recording. And as you can see, the light at the bottom has turned to red, and the camera is indeed now recording with that simple command. Now how easy is that? That's brilliant. When you're riding along, you've nothing to worry about. You just tell the camera to start recording and away it goes. So I'm now going to give the camera a command to stop recording. And as you can see, straight away, it stopped recording. Now after about 3 minutes, that screen will go blank. There'll be nothing turned on. The only thing that will be on is the blue light at the bottom. So here's a quick demonstration of the camera when it's in standby mode. Start recording. As you can see, the light at the bottom has turned red and flashing, indicating that the camera is now recording. Stop recording. And as you can see, the light has gone blue, so it has now stopped recording. And as previously explained, the camera is now in standby mode. The screen is blank, but you don't need to have the screen on, because obviously you don't really need to see what you're recording on an Insta360, because you do all your framing in post. And yeah, so hope that makes sense, guys. Hope that's been helpful to you. I know I look a bit silly stood here with my helmet on, but it's just to give you an idea of how it all works. So anyway, we're going to move on, and I'll show you some footage from my Insta360. Listen, I'm not a pro at 360 editing. It's my first go at it, so please be kind. I think it looks really nice, and yeah, I'd appreciate in the comments what you think. So, we'll test the 360 via the Sena communications. Let's see how good that is. See if it takes out too much of the background. Who knows? Maybe I could use this for recording and then possibly set the DJI mic up just to get the sound of the motorbike and maybe overlay it over the top of it. But we'll see anyway. Let's see what this comes out like first. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Nice day today, 20 degrees, sun's out. Bit overcast, but hey, we can't moan. And we're en route for the first service. Just short of 500 mile on the clock. And hopefully by the time we get there, nearer to 600. See what we're like for go-go juice. $117-mile range, so we'll need a bit, but not just yet. Just making sure I zip my bag up. I didn't think, I forgot whether I had or not. Might have been going backwards then. Come on, missus, get your foot down or we're going to end up stumped here. Make some progress. Nice day, nice day. Go visit Johnny Bongo on the way, see how he's doing. Go via Barnsley. So we'll try again after getting disrupted by the tractor. Nice little cafe there if anybody's ever out this way. The tea barns do some exquisite cakes, bit pricey but they're alright. Nice place. This, guys, is about 2 miles from my doorstep, so as you can see where we live we're not short of countryside out here. Hope if this is recording my voice that we're going to get a bit of background noise. If not, I may have to try turning the noise reduction off on the helmet just to get a bit of ambience, if that makes sense. Or have a look at it and see if it can at least be turned down. Tightens up a bit on you, that one. Just a nice day to be out. So this is travelling at 70 miles an hour on the motorway. It's quite windy. I've just started the camera with my voice. You don't have to shout at it. So, what's my conclusion on the Insta360 X4? So my first impressions on this camera are excellent. The video footage is outstanding, the sound quality is excellent, and also coupled with the fact that it connects to my Sena helmet communications seamlessly, absolutely brilliant. The fact that you don't have to frame your footage while you're taking it and you frame it in post, again, absolutely brilliant. You never miss any shots, you get everything you need, and you can point it at the perspective you want to see. And I'm sure this is just the start of a wonderful relationship between myself and the Insta360 X4. Things can only get better from here. Like I say, I'm no pro editor, but I am starting to get to grips with it now. So watch out for more to come. So, should you buy it? 100%. It's 10 out of 10 from me. Great product. I'm really glad I bought it. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys, and I hope the content's been of some interest to you. And there you have it. So that's the Insta360 X4 coupled with the Sena Bluetooth communications, and this will be my go-to kit going forward for motovlogging. Any questions, guys, please leave them down below in the description. Thanks again for joining. Please give the video a like and please consider subscribing. It all helps the channel and it all helps to bring more great content. This video is part 1 of 2, so there's another video coming out shortly, the part 2 version of the Insta360 X4. So please keep your eyes open for the notification for that video. There's some stunning footage riding from Pateley Bridge in North Yorkshire up through Lofthouse to Masham. It's not to be missed. The views are absolutely stunning. And as I've said before, guys, none of the equipment shown on the video today has been sponsored in any way. It was all purchased myself out of my own pocket. So hopefully you can trust my thoughts and opinions whilst reviewing the equipment. Bye for now.